back to another episode of Ian as a Weirdo. So, this should not surprise anyone who's been watching for any amount of time at all, but I have a ton of works in progress, and I haven't really made that much progress. I kind of just keep the pile that I've had for a really long time just there, and then I bring on new projects, and most of them I finish, some of them I don't, and then just the pile gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm motivated to just get some stuff done. So, as you can see, I don't have my lights on. Let me go put my lights on real quick. I'm gonna turn off this so I don't blink anyone to death. 1 second. Okie dokie. And we're back. Yeah, it's pretty intense when it blinks. But yeah, I've got my little bat here that I made a while ago. This is my little frills bat pattern, and then I've got some little bats. I have this pride, trans pride flag that I made a million years ago. And just lots of stuff. I overwhelm my background. I like a lot of stuff in my background. I feel like it keeps things interesting. But let's go and just crochet because we need to get some shit done. So I don't know if I'm going to Pride this year. It's a really, really kind of long, kind of sad story, so I'm not going to really get into that. But just in case I do want to make sure that I have my Pride top ready to go. And even if I don't have it, I'll still wear the top. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm just going to go and keep working on this top. Now, if you're interested in this yarn, you can go in the description, and hopefully Nightbot will go ahead and drop that link for you. So it is available on Etsy. Let me make sure that all of the inventory is up to date, because that's important. Yeah. And if you are interested in one particular type of yarn, reach out to me beforehand just so we can make sure. Okay, Nightbot is nah, we're not doing that. Okay, so I don't know why Nightbot's being a little turd burger, but okay. Maybe we just refresh again. I don't know, maybe it's because it's not on YouTube, but we'll see. Who cares? Just go in the description. It's there. So I am currently working on my Pride top. I'm hoping that this top has kind of the punchiness that I wanted it to. But if it doesn't, then that's okay. It's still a really pretty colorway, and I'm happy to work it up and just see what it looks like. But I would really like if all the detail that I put into it, the reason I bought this pattern, actually showed up. That would be ideal, right? I have my wax warmer going, as well as some incense. It smells nice. I've been cleaning a lot today, so today's focus has primarily been the living room. I've been cleaning a little bit in here, especially with all of this going up. It's just been a lot of work. So cleaning has been kind of my priority for the past couple days since I got out of treatment. So I really have been feeling good about getting things cleaner and just feeling a little bit more just kind of nesting a little bit more. It feels very good to kind of feel a little bit more established. Now, I did a lot of, oh my gosh, there is so much dog hair in my carpet. It is bonkers. So I have a tool. I think I've talked about it before. I don't really know if I have or not. Maybe nobody cares. But if you have a dog that sheds a lot or a cat that sheds a lot, you might like this. So there is a tool, or rather a set of tools. Let me make sure that I have the right URL to give you. So this is the website that I got my kit off of, and it is called Uproot Clean, and they have it looks on the website, it was really hard to tell, but on the website it kind of looked like a squeegee, but it's actually like a really tightly coiled like spring that really is good for catching even like fine pet hair. Or if you are someone who lives with someone that has a lot of hair, or you have a lot of hair and you're always getting like a ton of hair in the carpet and stuff like that, this is so nice, and it helps so much to get like that hair that is so hard to get and like clogs up vacuum cleaners. So I used that, and I did like my whole carpet with that. And even still, I was getting, and I literally got like the amount of hair of like two animals, uh, and let me make sure my chat is working. Sometimes it doesn't, so I just want to make sure. I also posted a video on my other channel. So let's see. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's working because I don't miss anything. Oh, hey, Nifty. Okay, it's working. I mean, if you're commenting, it's working. So yeah, so if you want to go check out my other channel, I'm gonna add something to Nightbot. Okay, so I added that, but who knows if Nightbot will want to do it. So how are you doing, Nifty? It's great to see you. I'm drowning in whips right now. I have so many whips. I need to get a lot done. I don't really need to get a lot done, but I just have so many things that have been on the hook for a really long time. And I'm just like, I need to just get rid of some things. And right now I'm in like a very like spring, summer cleaning mode. So I'm just like motivated to really get stuff done. Which feels nice after a pretty bad depressive episode to feel a little motivated to do anything. Oh my gosh, I have so many. I'll have to do a video just on my whips. They're pretty much the same. I did a video a while back where I just went through my whips, and pretty much a lot of those are the same. And then I have like a couple more, and I haven't really finished any whips, so it's just a bunch. The alias you set command to be of like and subscribe doesn't exist. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm like, what is that? Okay, so sorry, my bot's being a little bitch. So we're just gonna, I thought that you could just type things. That's my bad. I'm still learning how to do Nightbot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not convinced of anything really. I thought you could like do like a type command into it, but it's not working. So sorry about those Nightbot messages. That's my fault. I had more faith in Nightbot than I should have, apparently. Okay, so hopefully that will. Sorry about that. That will work. Nightbot is a pest today. Yeah, I just added some things, so I was trying to streamline a little bit, and that's what I get for trying to streamline today. So sorry about that. So I have a lot of whips. A lot of them are, I mean, really, they run the full gambit of all types of things. Um, I know, like, I have a blanket that I was doing like edging on. I have a kilt that I was working on. I have a shawl. I have some like bouquet. Like I've got all kinds of stuff, like a bouquet of like crocheted flowers. I've got all kinds of stuff. The one I'm working on right now is still my pride top because I kind of put it down for a while, especially in favor of making bats and stuff like that for my background because I'm not sure I'm going to go to pride. So I was like, well, then it's not as much of a priority to get it done. So I don't really care. Um, but uh, if I can definitely, like, from my point of view, see the skull, but I just, like, I don't know if, like, on me it would show that way. But what are you working on today, Nifty? You little Nifty? Background is very soothing. The lights feel very calming. I'm glad. I wanted them so like the idea I got. So I got this from someone who did it, where it like looked like the night sky or like the sky, and it was just like white lights behind it. But the lights were so expensive. You have no whips. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't know if the entire time I've crocheted and or knit, I've never not had at least one whip. Like I have always had whips, not that I was actively working on. Like always. I that's like not how my brain works. I barely understand the language that you're speaking. But I ended up going with the color ones just because they were cheaper. I found them on a really good sale. So I decided to kind of do like a rainbow and black kind of motif that was kind of witchy and moons and things like that. And I thought that that would be really cool. So, like if I take down this overlay, you can see a little bit more. Like I have my moons, and then I have a small cauldron there that has hooks in it, and my larger cauldron, and my little cat, and spell book, bookend, and some witchy books. My little hand, which is really cute. Wax warmer, an abalone shell that I will do like smudging into, Florida water, stuff like that. So all of that stuff really fun. But what are you working on today? What are you starting today? Also, I'm working on a video of editing how I ultimately ended up doing this because I went with the instructions that I was given from like a very short like TikTok video, and I had so many problems, and it took days and days and days and days to like troubleshoot and work through all the problems I ran into. So like if anyone wanted to try to do this, like I'm gonna try to give my advice. But a lot of the stuff was such that I was just kind of reactive to the problems I was having. So I don't even kind of know where to like start, but I tried to give like my best advice. Mm, that is very sweet of you. I'm sure that that blanket that you crochet will be very cherished. Do you have any idea of what your what kind of blanket you would be making. Yes, you spelled cauldrons right, and they're actually like ceramic. So when we did our so we got married on New Year's Eve, and when we did our uh like scanning it like Bed Bath and Beyond for our registry, like they had some Halloween stuff out, and so they had large cauldrons and then sets of smaller cauldrons. And so we put like we just like we had like the basics of like what we needed to have like a home, like plates and stuff like that that we got from like IKEA, so forks and stuff like that. So there wasn't really like stuff that we put a lot of stuff that we needed, but we also put like fun stuff as well. And ultimately, that's what people had the most fun buying for us. So when we had one of our, like, I guess, bridal or like wedding showers, um, a friend bought me this big one, and then another friend bought me a set of 4 of the small ones. And like you can drink and eat out of them. They're food safe. They're really nice, and they look like cool as hell. They're like this, nice ceramic finish. They're so good. So thank you for complimenting them. They are among my favorite possessions in this entire world. Yeah, like I said, the theme is kind of like witchy, nighttime, rainbow, like queer witch, moon. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things going on. I'm not sure if the theme is clear because it's not even really clear to me. But I did want to put bats in there, and so the bats, I think I showed on my live yesterday. Yeah, they're so gorgeous. They're great. They've got a good weight to them. They're not like crazy heavy or anything like that. But like, yeah, like you can like eat like chili out of it. Like how cool is that to have like cauldrons? I don't know. I there's a specific picture of me opening, I think, up the big one, and I just was like, and yeah, so that was pretty fun. Definitely one of my favorite things. Yes, chili, definitely. Or anything like that. One, five. Okay. And so I'm gonna kind of take a look at the links. So they give like a proposed length, but I'm just kind of doing whatever feels right because this is pretty wide on me. So I want to make sure that it's not like, oh, see, you can kind of see the skull. Yeah, maybe. Okay. But like it's still, yeah, my belly would just be like, oh, hanging out. So we're gonna continue this process. Now on the back, I did the when I worked on the uh when I worked on these, I did the 3 rows at a time technique to get it done faster, but that didn't quite work for what I needed for the front, especially with how the color pulling was working. So I didn't really want that. So I changed it so that we would just do 1 row at a time. Even though it would be faster to do more rows, I just didn't really want to do that. Okay, I don't like how that's set up in Nightbot. I'm gonna change that real quick. Sorry. Edit. Sorry, I'm still working out the kinks of Nightbot. Okay. But yeah, so if you want to donate to the channel, you can. Those are 2 ways to do it. But don't feel pressure to do anything that you don't feel comfortable to do. It's just, I've had that in my description for a really long time, but it's always at the very end, and it's kind of like the last thing anyone would ever be able to see. So I was like, let me just put it in my description, or let me put it in my Nightbot and see if that works out. But if not, because the thing is, like, sometimes Nightbot like doesn't do anything, and then sometimes it does a lot. It's very weird, and sometimes it gets mad at people for like being excited or something like that. I'm like, chill out, Nightbot. No one asked you, except we did, but like not in that way, you know. Oh yeah, but do you have a plan for your blanket? Um, Give me the details if you have any that you've been thinking of. Okay, going to be loops and threads, soft classic, amazing yarn. The open oyster stitch. Size of a throw blanket. Wow, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna look up the open oyster stitch. 1 second. Okay, wow, that's beautiful. That looks nice. And that has so much texture. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I think that that's gonna be just incredible. I imagine that stitch eats quite a bit of yarn. Let me know if I'm wrong, but still worth it. Yeah. Oh, I don't see how any person would not like that. So I think you're gonna be safe and secure. Plus, I know that that yarn is very soft. It's a 1 row repeat. Wow. You would think that it would, I guess, like, because it looks like it would have like a front and a back view to it, but maybe that gives it makes it look good on both sides or something. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see your progress. Yeah, and if you ever want to post your progress that you make on Army of Weirdos, you're always welcome to. What is happening here? Yeah, same on both sides. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? How some stitches they look like very different from the front and back. So you have to be mindful of that. But that looks gorgeous. But yeah, it definitely looks like it'll eat a fair amount of yarn. So the fact that you're using a fairly affordable yarn, I think is probably going to make your life a lot easier, right? Also, isn't Michael's having a really good sale right now? I know that I heard that they were having a good sale, but when I looked at the prices, I couldn't remember. It's like 30% off regular price, right? Is that still going on? And the two sides look different. Yeah, and it's like I get it. Like, and honestly, people who don't crochet, like, I bet like more times than not, no one would notice that they look different, right? Unless it was like super obvious. But yeah, it's like even like a double crochet looks different from the front and the back. So it makes sense that, a lot of stitches look different. But if they look crazy different and things only look good from one side, it doesn't really make for a practical item that's like a blanket where it could be flipped on either side. It's like the the I'm doing a mosaic. I like one of my whips is a mood blanket, and I'm doing a 5 skeins, 25 Canadian. That is very cheap because I know the Canadian dollar is quite a bit more than the uh sorry, Nightbot is working overtime based apparently relative to how it's been working. But yeah, that sounds like a great deal. And a throw size blanket, I mean, a throw, like, that's the kind of blanket that someone can use their whole life. You know, it's like you don't grow out of that size blanket. So that's just a wonderful, wonderful gift. And I'm sure just the fact that it's handmade, that it's from you, that you're doing something really sweet and heartfelt is really, really great. So I can't wait to see your progress. That stitch looks gorgeous. Did you see something in that stitch, or did you just say, hey, I like, did you just like know that you wanted to use that stitch? Like, I'd love to hear kind of how you decided to use that. But I would not have looked at that and been like, I would have thought that that was like a 2-row repeat just with what it looked like. But that's great that it's a 1-row repeat. Oh yeah, but the mosaic blanket I'm working on, because it's the one that like looks good on one side and it just has like the stripes on the other. It's kind of weird because if the blanket's upside down, like it's going to be very obvious. Granted, like it doesn't look bad per se, it just doesn't look anything like I wanted my blanket to look. I always forget because I know there's filet mosaic and there's the other type of mosaic. One looks good on both sides and one looks good on just one side. So this is the one that looks good on just one side. If you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just ignore me. I think I mentioned it earlier. I did put a there's this piece of like I cut it off of something. It's like shiny silver. It was like reflecting the light right into my eye, and I was like, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, I want to do something really special for a little girl, so I started an intent with stitch ideas and found the open oyster. That's a great idea. And honestly, I am such a whore for texture. I love when you can put a lot of texture into a stitch and really transform a solid yarn into this kind of work of art just using the texture of the stitch. Uh, I I I don't like. That's why I don't really do like a lot of just like I couldn't do something that was just like single crochets or something if I wasn't doing like other stuff like color changes or something like that, because it would just be terribly, terribly boring for me. And then I would look at it and I'd be like, this doesn't even look like I worked that hard on it. And I did work really hard on it. But you can look at that stitch and be like, yeah, somebody worked really hard on this. That stitch does not lie. If it looks amazing. It looks amazing. Um, let's see. I have some things to say, but I don't know what they were. I just started another whip, of course. So I got this pattern, and I let's see. What was it? Okay. So, yeah, I bought this pattern off of Etsy. It is one of the more expensive patterns that I've seen. However, it's like not seen, but like it's usually more than I would pay for a pattern. But oh my goodness, is it cute? I couldn't help it, and I saw this and I was like, I definitely want to make this for my wife. So, this person does a lot of patterns. Also, if you're going to look up this link that I just posted, um, make sure you include that question mark. You don't just click on the link, you actually try to select the whole thing, because you need the question mark for the uh, for the link to work properly. But they do a lot of things. They also do a video to accompany them, to accompany it. So like this one has cables, which I've never done cables before. And so they have a video where they're like, okay, we're just going to focus on how to do the cables. And so they're all on YouTube. to like accompany the written pattern. And then they also have pictures. So it's really well written, very clear. And then also the instructions on YouTube I find very easy to follow. So, and I like just the color, the design, everything I was really obsessed with. I do have the exact color that they used, the sage from the Caron 1 pound. But so I was thinking about making that for my. This is for my wife. This is not for me. I would not wear this. But I what was it? But I bought some yarn previously for a sweater for my wife. And yeah, isn't the neck detail so pretty? Honestly, I'm so obsessed with this pattern. It's so good. They have similar patterns with hoods. They have ones without the shoulder detail. They have ones with like double like 2 rows of or 2 different columns of cabling. Lots of really cool stuff from this artist. So like I would definitely suggest and like lots of just trendy looking things. Like this one's really cute right here. I'm gonna try to share this. Again, I'm going to post the link, but you're going to have to include the question mark because for some reason it doesn't like to include that. But like this one is gorgeous. And they also have pattern bundles. So if you have a couple patterns that you like, it might be in a bundle that might be a little bit more affordable. Ooh, and there's another pattern I want to share. Like, this is just like me sharing a lot of patterns. Okay, so Hobie does a lot of free patterns. They also have paid patterns, as some of you may know. And so they had this pattern, and I am so obsessed with it. It is very cute, and it is so if you look on the Hobie website, you go to the pattern tab. They have so many cute options, but then I saw this and I was like, oh my god, thank you. I don't know what that voice is, but I just need you to not judge me, okay? But this is the Jolly duffel bag. It looks like a little pencil case. The second one, I know, right? It's so cute. I'm excited that we're starting to see so much cute crochet clothing because I just like there's a lot of stuff that I just like don't get it that excited for, you know? Sorry. But I'm getting really excited about this. But I bought my I when I saw this yarn, I thought of my wife, so I just like I found a pattern, but then I think I ended up not using it because I just didn't like it with the hook size that it was the pattern, like the way that the yarn looked with the pattern because I got Red Heart Super Saver brushed, and so the brushed is brushed out acrylic, and I got this like nice beautiful lavender color that I was like I just saw and I was obsessed with. They also have a rose one in that collection that's really really nice if I'm not mistaken. I had never used the brush before, but it just looked so pretty. So I was going to make something for her, but it used like a smaller hook, and I just didn't like the way that the yarn looked when it was like super tight. Like it was harder to use. Like I don't know, there were some problems with just kind of like that yarn and that hook size and that stitch. So but then I found the pattern that I showed you, the first pattern I showed you, and I was like, oh, I wonder if the cabling will look good with this yarn. So luckily the cabling is you do the cabling first. So I'm hoping that like I can see whether or not the cabling looks good with the brushed out acrylic, or if I need to do it with an unbrushed acrylic to get that nice crisp detail. I do think it'll kind of dull some of the details, but I'm hoping that it's, you know, it's distinct enough that it's good. Oh, what time is House of Dragon coming on? I'm supposed to watch it with my wife. I'm sorry. House of Dragon premiere. The bag is adorable. You can pick any colors you want. Never crocheted a zipper before. Looks like it would be fun to make. Right? Yeah, I think it looks so cool. I've seen a bunch of different ways to incorporate zippers into your crochet. I've done the one where you just have like a smaller crochet hook and you just like jam it in. But I've seen one where people will like get a fork hot, like make sure that their hands are protected, get a fork hot and like melt the plastic around the zipper. I've also seen because this is what I did for the fabric of my blankets, is you can take, if you have like the sewing like rotary cutters, they have blade refill replacements that are perforated replacements, and you can put them in any most rotary cutters, so you can just like and then you have like the whatchamacallit. But yeah, that pattern's free. Like that's freaking awesome, right? Okay, just tell me, this site has so many ads. I feel right now like I'm getting so many viruses. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so it's like 6 p.m. Eastern right now. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, so many ads. Nah, go away. Give me anxiety. Yeah, and I'm sure that they instruct you how to incorporate the zipper. And you can take what they did on their scale, and you can really make it as large as you want, I'm sure, and that would be really cute. But it looks like the size of like a pencil case. Oh my gosh, you could put your hooks in there. Oh my gosh, what a great idea that I just had. I'll take credit for, even though they did all the work and I did nothing. Hey China, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. And if you are close to your dad or any father figure today, I hope you get to celebrate them. And if you're not, that's okay too. We all have each other, and we can have a great day together. So regardless of your situation, we all have each other to lean on. And heads up, my Nightbot has been very active today. So, oh my gosh, speak of the devil. I have so many whips. I haven't made a video updating on how many whips I have right now. And I know I need to, but it's just ridiculous. And there's one that I've been keeping secret for a long time because I'm like, the minute I share it, like someone's gonna take my idea and like you know be you know, take my idea and do it better than I could. So I haven't shared it, but like I just have one step left. It's a doll, and I just have to do the arms, and then maybe like one accessory, and then I can get it pattern tested. Um, but right now um, so I told you Nightbot is like on it. I didn't mean for it to be so obnoxious. So if this is too much, let me know. I can change it. Oh my gosh, so much. Hey Lydia, sorry I didn't mean to ignore you. I just handling the situation. Yeah, I'm very excited to share it. It's been a secret that I've had for I think over a year at this point. And not everyone will understand the reference. It is a very specific reference to like a character, a fictional character. So if you get it, you will get it and hopefully love it if it's a good pattern. If you don't get it, you'll be like, I don't get why you were so secretive about this whole thing and why you did such weird things, why you made such weird choices about it, but okay. Um, so we'll see. Hopefully all is well and everything will be great and we will have a great time. And people will really like the pattern because ultimately, like, you know, it was cool to make, but I just was like, I just had this like spark of like inspiration to make this pattern, and I made a lot of progress, and then I stopped for a while because I wasn't sure if one little skein of yarn from Hobie was going to be enough to finish it. So before I made a lot of progress, I wanted to make sure that I could get like another skein of yarn. But getting a matching red was so hard because there's so many shades of red. So I think about like every red that Hobie offers in their I think I did in 8-4, like a one weight cotton, and tried to my best to find a matching red. So it's yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, but it was a lot. It was a lot for sure. When I do my call for pattern testers, I probably will go through Army of Weirdos first. I know that you can go on like Ribblr and do pattern testing, or like get pattern testers, but I've never had. I don't know. I just feel like it's a very just like different environment there. So I don't know. I've tried and like I had one person start it and they're like, I can't finish it. And I was like, oh, okay. So no one's gonna pattern test this? Okay, great. Like cool. So that's basically, you know, how that went. But yeah, so soon I'll do a video of all of my works in progress. I really want to just knock out as many as possible. I'm in a cleaning, like, need to clean everything around me mode because I just like, does anyone else get to that point where like, they're just tired of like the messiness around them and they just like need everything to like look a lot better? Because that's where I'm at right now. It's like, I think especially like coming back from the hospital, like I just like felt like I needed to like nest a little bit and like feel like when I say like comfortable in my own home, I just mean like that I wanted to like make sure that like I had like kind of just like that comfort coziness coming out of the hospital. So I'm really happy that I'm able to like clean a little bit. The animals haven't been too bothered by me yet, but give it a chance. They've been good though, but there was so much dog hair in my carpet. It was crazy. If you heard me talking earlier about cleaning my carpet, I always use a tool called the Uproot Clean. Which if anyone does anyone have animals? Because I can share the link again. So if you have animals, or if you have like a lot of hair that just like is constantly getting in your carpet, clogging up your vacuum, all kinds of stuff, cats, dogs, humans, whatever. This is really good for getting hair. And this is a uh, website that you can go to. I got like a kit. Like so sometimes they'll have like bundles and sales. And so for this one, like let me see what I got. And they have grooming kits where like you can attach it to a vacuum and it like grooms, and it like literally like dryer sheets. They have so much stuff for pet hair, because if you're anything like me, pet hair rules your freaking life. Okay, so I definitely did not pay this price. I definitely got a better price. But if you go to pet hair removers, and like on Uproot Clean, I got the Furricane. Oh my gosh, I kind of hate myself for having to say that out loud. Which you get the mini, the pro, and the extra, and so that's good for carpets, upholstery, cars, like everything. It will get hair out of everything. And so I went hard on my carpet, and I was like, because I have a low pile carpet, and the hair just gets like stuck in there. And so even my vacuum can't get it out, and if my vacuum does get it out, then my vacuum gets clogged. So what I do is I like clean the carpet, and every time, like even a room that's like fairly small, just like one room, I'll get like a pile of hair that's like this much for my dog, and then I'll vacuum and have to empty out the vacuum every like 3 square feet, because there's that much dog hair. So I have a lot of dog hair in my house. My dog is and you're probably like, I didn't come here to talk about fucking dog hair. Why is he still talking about dog hair? But you came to my channel, so this is what I'm talking about. So I won't talk about it that much longer. But yeah, so let's see. Where was I going with that? Yeah, there's a lot of hair, and it was a lot to clean, but I'm glad. It just feels like nicer. Everything feels like just nicer to have less dog hair and dust. Also, so when I'm just gonna share with you all of the cleaning stuff I've done. Does anybody care if I do that? Because I'm actually really excited. I don't usually get this like excited about this kind of stuff, but like I'm really excited right now. So normally when my wife is here, my wife is very sensitive to temperature and likes it cool, likes the air circulating, all that stuff. When my wife was when I was in the hospital, my wife was at her parents'. And so here, we didn't have the overhead fans on or anything like that. And so I come home and I look up, and the fans are so filthy and so gross because we don't clean them, because they're always moving, so we don't really see how dirty they are. And I was like, bleh. So we have like one of the handles for the Swiffers that you can that can dust and stuff, but we didn't have any Swiffer pads, so I got some of those. There are some kits that have like the reusable ones, but I've always my entire life thought that those were just gross. they're impossible to get like clean so that you can clean something else. So they're just kind of gross and they sit around your house all nasty. So for me, the disposable option is highly preferred. So I did that for the fan that we have in the living room. Yeah. So it has a handle. You can do high places. It's not super long. So if you had like the huge vaulted ceilings, I don't know what you would do. You'd probably need a ladder, but I I can't relate. So um but yeah, so I used the little Swiffer things, and I was like, and cleaning a fan is always super annoying because the fan wants to spin when you're trying to clean it, and you're like, oh, it's one of those things that you don't want to do with anyone watching because you look stupid. Like, you straight up look like you're dumb because you cannot, like, you're literally struggling against the rotation of a fan, of a ceiling fan, and you look dumb. But I did see something on Amazon. I think maybe it was like recommended on a BuzzFeed list like a million years ago. I had it in my save for later list. I haven't tried, I just put them on. I haven't actually used them yet. But I did, so I got these, and there's a brand that is like more expensive and like different, I guess, but like the people who like made the I'm sorry, my brain is like nah. Uh the people who originated like the idea, those, so the people who originated are called Barnacle, and then people have taken, and it's spelled all weird, and people have taken the idea and have done similar things. So it's like a lot of people either do like charcoal or like uh carbon, coconut, whatever, I don't know. And so you stick them on your fan blades. You stick them on the top so you can't see them from the bottom, and they're supposed to I have seen Swiffer covers for the floor, um but I have not seen them for the and remember, if you want this Amazon link to click it, make sure you get that question mark. Otherwise, the link won't work, I think. But I got these like little stick-on things where they're supposed to like get the dust, um, and just like be better at like containing the dust so that it doesn't like, I don't know. I hope it works, but like, so I got them for the two overhead fans. Yeah, so I've seen the ones for the floor. I mean, basically you're just making kind of like a dishcloth, right? Yeah, so the ones for the floor, I mean, I think are pretty simple, but the reason I like the dust ones is that you can get a lot of dust off of something, and they're really good at capturing the dust and not just like, especially when you're like working over your head, like not just like knocking the dust off onto you, you know. I mean, you could step aside, but it's still like you're still wrangling the fan and whatnot. So if they had a way to do crochet like dusting ones, I don't know, I feel like those would be I feel like, what if you use like an eyelash yarn, but how would you get it to stick? Like, would it stick enough? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people have done the floor ones, but I don't want the floor ones. I Because we don't really have much like actual like floor that needs, like, we're mostly carpeted. So we don't really use the floor one that much. It's definitely way more like about the dust. So yeah, if I have I have some yarn that might work. It's the like it's kind of like a chenille yarn. I'll have to give that a try. That makes me think, Nifty. I'm really interested in let me see. Let me just Google right now. Okay, crochet duster pattern. Okay, so these are jacket dusters. Let me look up. Let me add Swiffer. Okay, so some people have done like where they have loops on them. Like, okay, let's see. Oh god, that just looks like it would just get nasty. Oh, that looks like it would get so nasty. And then you'd have to clean it and it would just clog up, like work to clog up your washing machine. Because like a fan, if you don't clean your fan super often, that thing gets nasty. So it looks like a lot of people did basically a loop stitch or something like that for their duster. But it looks like people have dusters. I feel like the chenille yarn would be good at grabbing it, but I'm a little nervous that it wouldn't hold it. It feels like it might just push it off. I don't know. We're gonna have to. I can always give it a try. I mean, like, let's say I make it and it just sucks. Like, who gives a shit? Yeah. So cotton yarn would definitely not grab it. It would just push it right off. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, right? Like cotton has been used for washcloths for a bazillion years, right? Because if you get the texture and then you can wipe it off, and so the texture would grab it. But when you're dealing with the amount of dust that a bunch of like 2 animals and 2 humans can make, apparently it's a gargantuan amount of dust. Um, I'm making it seem like we're the nastiest fucking people alive. I swear we don't try to be that nasty. We just apparently are. But I just really want it to hold enough dust to at least dust like half of the things I need to dust in one cleaning session. You know what I mean? And so I think that's why I'm being a little like particular. But I have this yarn. So it's not a regular chenille yarn. Where are you? Okay, so here are some yarn options, and then I think I packed it away over in here. So, so here is like a regular chenille yarn. So this is the Just Chenille from Premier that's at the dollar store. So it would capture a little bit of the dust, right? Um, but that's maybe not the best option. So this is Lion Brand Pipsqueak, and this has little loops on it. It's very soft. So I think if you rub this over a bunch of dust, it would really, really capture the dust super well. However, this is not the cheapest yarn. Now, I have a yarn that's exactly like this, except it's thinner. from the dollar store, and it's the what the fuck are you? What's it called? It's the Premier. Ah, hold on a second. Let me find this. Annoying. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the more expensive version is Little Bunny from Premier. This is a 5 bulky weight. And so you can see that the structure of this, it's not like this where it's a bunch of little loops. It's not like this where there's a center string and all the fuzz is around it. And here it's basically just like a bunch of floof that's off of one string, but it's kind of like flat, if that makes sense. So that might make a good duster. And I have a cheaper version. So this is basically the same thing. This is the Just Yarn Premier Just Yarn plush. I've tried. I don't think that this is available on the Dollar Tree website, so I think you do have to buy it in store. It is very easy to work with. It is stupid soft. If you have a knitting machine like the Addy Express, it whips up just like if you want to make like tube socks or something. It makes the softest socks in the world. They're so nice. So I think something like this, granted, I do like to save this for socks, but I don't need to make the same socks over and over again. And plus, I don't want to use my expensive Premier, because Premier's fucking pricey. I mean, this is Premier too, but this is Dollar Tree Premier. And then this is definitely more expensive. However, this colorway, I never know what to do with it, because it doesn't really go with anything I make, but whatever. Chenille, we could do better. So those are my options. I might go ahead and try to make something. I see that there are some paid patterns for it, and it looks like it looks like something that would be pretty easy to freehand. But if I didn't have to freehand it, that would be cooler. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, lots of options for the bottom. One person did the duster, but I don't like the way that looks. Ooh, okay. So I'm looking at a Swiffer duster cover, and literally someone used this yarn. It's the exact yarn. Okay, cool. I wish I would have done that before I just bought a pack of reusable ones. I guess this is good to like get me started, and then I can do like the maintenance with this. Yeah, so they use the pipsqueak. Haha, I knew it. I knew it would be good. Yeah, and then you're not getting like everything you throw in the wash, like super, super gross. Okay, so they drilled a hole in their whatchamacallit? In their Swiffer holder thing so that it wouldn't slip off. Smart. Smart. Creative. I like the creativity. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, don't you like when you have an idea and it actually works out? Because like so often I feel like my ideas don't count. Also, I've been doing a lot of cleaning and I'm unearthing a lot of things that I forgot that I bought or like had, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? So this is the Jim Holtz ideology, creepy eyes, and so I guess like I don't know if the backs are flat or what, but I'm gonna use the hell out of these. I'm so excited to put these like really cool eyes on whatever I want. I'm super excited to just make some like little weirdos and just put eyes on them because I don't care. Or maybe I'll do a choker and have eyes. I don't care. I don't know. Do I look like someone who knows what they're doing? You said yes. You don't know me. Oh. My throat is like, fuck yeah. Clean and diamond paint. Both good things to do. Eyeball choker, right? I know. I love eyeballs and I love teeth. I like a lot of like anatomical things, but like for me those are um definitely like the most fun to incorporate into like any project at all, basically. So if you're wondering about the yarn that I'm using, I don't know if Nightbot's gonna drop it or if it has dropped it. I don't know. Nightbot's been doing a lot of stuff right now. Um, but in the description, I think, yeah, in the description, I did post the Etsy link for the yarn that I hand dyed myself. So I hand dyed this yarn myself. Um, and if you are interested in it, please feel free to check that out. I can also do other bases of, um, uh, I have to do something that is um, fiber, like plant fiber based. So it could be viscose, it could be cotton, it could be bamboo, it can be hemp. All of those I can do. I don't have anything to dye wool. I'm not interested in dyeing wool. I think that there are so many amazing wool dyers out there. I'm not trying to even go into that realm. But if you are like me and you want cotton options, you want breathable options, um, I because I felt like there were so many beautiful hand dyed options for Pride colors, but they were all in wool. And um, Pride Month is in June, or like for a lot of places. So it gets so hot. Like there's no way you're wearing wool. Wearing acrylic is miserable. I've worn and some people can wear acrylic and it's not miserable for them. But for me, if I go outside and I'm wearing acrylic, I'm going to be the sweatiest person in like half a second. Did I say June? I don't know. I don't remember what I said. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, for me, I was looking for these Pride colorways and I wasn't finding them. So right now, I think all I have is this 4-way right here, and my uh, it's 100 grams of the 4-weight, or I do 1,000 meters of the 1-weight mercerized, which is about 180 grams. And I do have other options. Oh, look, there it is right there. I do have some other options, and you can see those on the the Etsy page. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you got to keep yourself busy because I know when you can't work, it's easy to go pretty crazy. Niece of the pansexual, and it would be too warm for the pride. Yeah, exactly. It's so hot, but affordable yarn. Um, acrylic is the most affordable yarn option for all of us, and it's miserably hot when you wear it this time of year. So I wanted options that I could wear when I could wear for Pride. And this was going to be my first Pride where I actually wore something that didn't make me too hot that I wanted to die. But then, maybe I'm going to Pride, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get to show it off regardless. I'm planning on doing other colors. So I'm just kind of trying to get feedback about the dyeing of this one first. And then I am going to take that information and then use that to dye going forward. Uh, so, um, so yeah, so I think my next one will be the Trans Pride option. I did dye some Trans Pride yarn, but I did it with tie dye, like a tie dye kit. So I am not super like now that I've seen how bright the colors can get. I'm like, would I do? Why the hell would I do anything different? I do have the colors for. I do have the colors for Pan Pride. So I could do that. I don't have black. So that's really what's holding me back on a lot of things. And then the trans pride, I wanted to add a darker blue. So that's like the only thing I would add is like a darker blue. So I had 2 shades of blue and 2 shades of pink just to give it some color variation. Um, and I thought that that would look really nice. So if you saw on Army of Weirdos, I did ask some opinions about the Volari pillow, which everyone is talking about. It's so expensive. It is so expensive. I think on sale it's $65 at its cheapest. I did find a coupon um, for the Volari pillow. So, if you are wondering what I'm talking about, the Volari pillow is a ergonomic pillow that was made for gamers, but it's great for anyone who works with their hands, kind of like or does a lot of stuff with their hands, kind of like right here. It's very like perfect for like ergonomics. Um, and uh, it's it's kind of like a boppy pillow for like nursing mothers or like babies, um, but it is specifically made for the ergonomics. So let me see, Flurry. I got 15% off. And now I'm trying to find it. It's like a Flurry. What did I search? I I gotta have it on my phone, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try to find this. Sorry, I really want this coupon for you. I'm so annoyed because it was so easy to find it, and now I can't find it at all. I got 15% off of it. It's like some wool thing. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna find you all, if I can, the coupon code. So the coupon code gives you 15% off of the Volare pillow. Now, there are alternatives out there. You don't have to go and spend that much money to get the pillow. If you don't want to, that's totally up to you. We're not going to shame people who are getting the pillow, even if they paid full price for it, even if they got the special cover for it. We're not going to do that. People decide to make their own, that's cool. If people don't want the ergonomic pillow or can't afford any ergonomic pillow, we understand. Or if people want to get something from Amazon that's similar, that's cool too. We're just going to be cool about it because sometimes people get really nasty if you decide to get yourself something. And I just kind of like don't really have the like patience for that today, and I don't know what inspired me to be like so up the ass. Nope. So just like meh about that, but I'm just really not in the mood to deal with people shaming other people. Because like I like decided, I just like, I guess I'm just like, I really focused on like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself, and then I okay, let me see if I can find the coupon. I want to find the coupon. Give me the coupon. Now there's like other things that you can do. Let me see. Does it have? Okay, here it. Okay, here is. Okay, so Volare. I'm also gonna add this tonight. To Nightbot so that if you want to get the pillow for yourself, you can always find the code. So yeah, so that is a code. So that is a code that you can use if you want to get that. This is a code I found online. It worked for me. A lot of crocheters are obsessed with this. I've asked so many people, I watched so many reviews, and so many people really, really like it. So I look forward to a day where my lower back and my shoulders aren't like, you know, because that sounds awesome. So this is from, yeah, okay, let's put that in the thing. So yeah, if you want that that coupon code, feel free to use it. And if you don't want a Volare pillow, don't get one. You know, just don't, you know, be a dick to people who are. Okay. I just like, I guess I just, so like the moral of the story is like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. And my wife was like, you know, like if you think that it'll really help you, if you feel really good about it, like, like treat yourself. And so I guess I got a little defensive, like preemptively defensive, because like I've gotten things before, or like I've done like yarn hauls, and people are like, well, it must be nice to have money, and it's like I don't have a lot of money, but even if I did, I still get to choose what I do with it. And sometimes people are assholes and make like kind of try to suck the fun out of everything for you. So if you can't like, I mean, there's plenty of stuff that people get like that I can't afford. Actually, most things, and I would never leave a message like that. So I guess I kind of got a preemptively like a little like tiffed. So sorry about that. I will try to change my mood around. Actually, I'll probably head out, but yeah. So that code is available. I do not get anything from that code. I want to be very, very clear. I don't get anything from anybody for any reason. Like, I'm not sponsored. I've never had a sponsored video. I'm not monetized because I cuss like a sailor. This code, if you want to check out that pillow, I would, suggest using that code if you want the pillow. Um, I uh, I watched TL Yarn Crafts review the the pillow. I watched the video that Valari did themselves about comparing their own pillow to a boppy, which it was kind of based off of. Again, the boppy is just like something that is already exists for like nursing mothers and stuff like that. Yeah, totally nifty. Um, and then I also like I was on like Kelly's live last night, and I was like, Kelly, have you heard of this pillow? What do you think? What does everyone else think? And Kelly was like, I'm using it right now. I'm obsessed with it. And if like just to get that much positive feedback about something, we don't really see that like across the board for crocheters like that often. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like this is like one of those things that seems like universally loved by people, whereas a lot of things in the crochet world are very divisive. I do think that a lot of people are like the price, ick. But if you look at like the the materials they used and the quality that they used, you can see that they really put a lot of effort and time into designing it, into making sure that it was like they talk about like doing a bunch of like research and development on making sure it was like the proper like stuffed like it was like stuffing was like the right thing. So it was you tell there's like definitely a lot of like love put into it. So that's really cool to see. But if you need to get an affordable option or you can't afford any option, that's okay. Like no one here is gonna judge you for that either. But yeah, so I'm really excited to use it and then give it a go because like I can't wait for the day that I'm sitting back and I have one of those like um, little pillows that has like the little arms out on the side, you know what I mean? And like be sitting back and have my not my Bobby, my Valari pillow on the other side. So I'm basically just like surrounded like a little donut. And then I'm just like crocheting, just like posture is amazing and I feel amazing. That would be cool, but I don't know if that will ever happen. So who knows? Yeah, and there are a lot of ergonomic things out there, ergonomic hooks, ergonomic this, ergonomic that. And as crocheters, I think a lot of us, feel the pain of just crocheting all the time. So feeling a little less physical pain does really make a difference, allows us to crochet for longer, more comfortably. And if that's something that you're looking for, there's an option. And if you were already looking at the Valari pillow, there's a coupon to make it even cheaper. So again, I don't make any money off of this. I'd love to make some money off of anything. Like you probably saw Nightbot say like, hey, if you want to donate, that would be the only way that I would ever make money off of this YouTube channel. No one will ever sponsor me. No one's gonna monetize me. That's not my life. That's not my truth. And I'm fine with just being myself. I mean, it'd be cool to make money, but like that's just not what's happening. So, but anywho, oh wow, I just dumped a bunch of shit right there. Okay, We're gonna space out that timing a little bit because that is a lot. Okay, let's space that out. Sorry, I'm getting used to this Nightbot actually working. Okay, so yeah, I'm heading out to Lydia. So, everyone, take care. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great night. If you're watching House of Dragon tonight, I'm sure we're gonna see some really fun stuff go down. Probably something crazy. A season premiere is always crazy, especially something that's been in the works for about 3 years. I think it's been 3 years since season 1 ended. So if you are a fan of the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, fantasy world, I'm sure we're gonna have some fun tonight, and I can't wait to watch it, and hopefully we can have a good time. But everyone have a great night, and I'll talk to you.